All right, Inter Miami could be in some hot water. According to Tom Bogert of The Athletic, they need to shed salary or get more allocation money in order to be roster compliant in time for the season. The only problem, the season's 6 days away, or at least their opener. DeAndre Yedlin, Robert Taylor, and others are reportedly on the chopping block as a result. Herc, is this something, nothing, or everything?
This is nothing. This is nothing. Now,
are you saying there's no teeth to MLS rules?
Well, so much so that, Reed's notes, MLS has not announced specific roster rules and regulations for 2024. So the same article that cites all this also cites that the league won't tell you the rules for this year.
They're non-compliant with something that we don't know what it is. And nobody does publicly, yeah.
You're not doing it right. What you're not doing right, we don't know because they've not made those rules public. And you know what's worse? Even if they make those rules public, we don't know what funny money Inter Miami has. And what I mean by that is you can have salary cap relief. You can have some of this relief to buy them down or whatever the case may be. If you have allocation money in the form of TAM or GAM or the silly monopoly money that you see that you can go buy, whatever. We don't know because they don't have to disclose. They don't have to make it public this year or whatever rolled over from last year. So you're just throwing literally darts in the dark. You're literally just trying to guess. So whoever this salty person or persons, the sources of a very credible journalist like Tom Bogert, whoever gave him this, it's just coming off of sour grapes because there's no way you can prove it. Now, if you can prove it, shame on them. But they still have, by my calculations, 5 days to sort it out. And there's many different ways with all these funny rules and mechanisms that Major League Soccer has in place right now and can conveniently come about in the next 5 days.
Yeah, one of the vice presidents over there at Major League Soccer today came out with a quote that says, they will be compliant. That doesn't give you a whole lot of, faith in the system, right? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. 5 days, we'll sort it out. I actually love the pettiness from rival GMs. I think it's wonderful. It's great content, right? Nobody's calling Tom Bogert to let him know about this because they don't want him to tell the story. They want everybody talking about this, that Inter Miami has advantages and is finding loopholes and is doing all this. Inter Miami are going to be the bad guys around MLS.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. And I'm very, very glad that there are people petty enough to call The Athletic up, get this published, and put some heat on MLS ahead of the season.
How'd that go for Tanner Ernst?
I love it.
Or is it Ernst Tanner? How'd that go for him?
What, do you get a little fine?
Because John Thornton kept doing what he was doing, and it was never proven, right? Yep. So I at least like that this executive, the Philly executive, put his name behind it. He had the cojones, he had the huacates to actually put his name behind it. Now, if you're going around anonymously and just saying, oh, they're screwed, how are they screwed? I don't know, but they're screwed because look at all they're doing, and we don't have any proof of that. That's just something else. But this is Major League Soccer. I don't like it. I don't like the funny money, the TAM, the GAM. I don't like that you don't even know. You know what I don't like? That you don't know what the rules are. There's no transparency in that. So what are you accusing them of if you don't even know the rules for this year?
Like, if I was an opposing exec, I might have kept this to myself just because you know that this team has to offload some of these guys. Why put that out there and let everybody else know? Like, if you have that insight, why are you sharing this with everybody? Big picture, though, Herc, this is rubber meets the road time for MLS. Because in the past, there was maybe a reason for them to bring the hammer on some of these rules. We've seen them do it to Inter Miami before. But now with Inter Miami having Messi, I think MLS is at this weird crossroads where they really don't want to and probably shouldn't interfere with the building of this super team. Whatever everybody else says, it's bad for MLS to cut Inter Miami down right now.
Whoa. Are you just saying they look a blind eye to what's going on with Inter Miami if they are doing illegal activity? Is that what you're saying? Like it's for the betterment of the league and everybody should just shut up? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the rubber is meeting the road here, right? When you've got a salary cap that's $5 or $6 million outside of your DPs, but you want to have all these great players in one place, you want to have a team that the world cares about beyond Fort Lauderdale, then yes, you're going to have to spend more. That's what I'm talking about here, Herc. If ever there was a moment, and I know they've just said they're not going to blow up the salary cap, but if ever there's a moment to really consider it, when your biggest brand 5 days before the season isn't going to be roster compliant, whatever that compliance is just holding you back. It's holding the league back. It's holding Inter Miami back. It's holding everybody back.
Yeah, and if I were another team, I'd agree with that sentiment because if Inter Miami's allowed to do it, guess what? So am I.
There you go. There you go. And probably those execs that are sharing this information, that's really what they want at
San
the end of the
Jose.
day. Steady, steady.